Good morning, Year 1. I hope you're all well. So today in English we're going to be starting a new topic, which is non-fiction texts. So you're going to be finding out what that is in just a minute. But before we start that, let's start by writing our long date and the learning intention for today's lesson, which is Tuesday the 12th of May 2020. And the learning intention is to be able to answer questions about a non-fiction text. So you can pause the video and write that down now. Okay, so what does non-fiction mean? Does anyone know? Well, I've got a video that we can watch, which might give us an idea of what it means. So good listening ears on, please.
Fiction or non-fiction? How do you know which to choose? Fiction is make-believe, non-fiction is true. Non-fiction means a book is true. It's filled with facts for you. It might have dates and other stats, cool things you never knew. Fiction means it's make-believe. These books are meant for fun. They entertain or tell a joke, a story or a pun.
Okay, fantastic. So, what do you remember about the video? So what did it say about fiction and non-fiction texts? Did any of you listen to what was said? Okay, let's find out. So, fiction is made up stories that are not true. For example, fairy tales like the ones we've been looking at the past few weeks, so Goldilocks and the Three Bears, Jack and the Beanstalk, and there was another one that we looked at. What was it called? The Gingerbread Man. Excellent, well done. And in school, we've been looking at Little Red Riding Hood as well. So those are all fairy tales. They are not true. Okay, they're there to make us laugh, to make us smile. It's there for our entertainment, for us to have a bit of fun while reading it and maybe acting it out. Those stories are not true. Okay, same with the books that we read maybe in class or maybe at home about talking or flying animals or a magic carpet. Those are not true. Okay, they're not based on true stories or true events. Those things actually haven't happened. Sorry to break it to you if you think that they are true. So then if that's fiction, they're not true. They're made up, make believe. Then non-fiction books tell us things that are true. For example, newspapers, they tell us things that are true and that are going on around the world. Books about different types of animals, so maybe there's a book that you've been reading about lots of different types of animals with pictures of them and fun facts about them, which continent or country you might find them in, what they like to eat, what their habitats are. And you've also looked at all of these things in science, so you should be familiar with them. And also maybe like a diary entry. So if someone's written about their day in a diary entry, that's true. It has happened. They haven't made it up, have they? So non-fiction, they are true. Okay, non-fiction true and fiction is not true. So if you remember what I've just told you about fiction and non-fiction, I've got a fun little starter activity or game that you can do. So I've got 15 different books on the screen. Can you see them? Lovely. So they've all got different titles, which means they're all about different things. But some of them are fiction books and some of them are non-fiction books. So remember, fiction means they are not true, they're made up, like fairy tales, and non-fiction, they are true. So you can either make a list in your books, or you can just pause the video and tell your adult which of the books here do you think are fiction and which are non-fiction. So pause the video and do that now. Okay, well done, year one. Let's have a look at the answers to see if you got them correct. So all the books with blue circles are fiction books, but they're not true. They're not based on true things, they're made up. For example, My Magic Carpet, it's a made up story, so it's a blue circle, and all the circles that are orange, they are non-fiction. So they're based on true things like trains or animals in the rainforest or insects. Well done if you got all of those correct. That's really impressive. Okay, here, year one, we have a fact file. And the fact file is about Australian animals. And in humanities, before school closed, we were looking at Australian animals. Do you remember? Okay, excellent. So, a fact file is something that tells us facts. So, facts are true things. They're not made up, they're true things about something. So, in this case, this fact file is telling us real information, real facts about some of the animals that we will find if we were to go to Australia. So, let's read the fact file together. Australia is a big country with lots of different animals. Read on to find out some fun facts about some of them. So let's start with koalas. Koalas can sleep for 22 hours a day. Oh gosh, I didn't know that. That's a very long time. Koalas have sharp claws that help them to climb. Koalas have a pouch like a kangaroo. And then let's have a look at kangaroos now. Kangaroos can jump up to 9 meters in one jump. Wow, that's very high up. A baby kangaroo is called a joey. Joeys live in their mother's pouch until they are old enough to leave. Now let's look at dingoes. A dingo is a type of dog, but dingoes don't bark, they howl. Year one, do you know what other animal howls? Well done, wolves howl too. Dingoes live in groups called packs. Okay, and the last animal, wombats. Wombats can run up to 25 miles per hour. Wow, that's very fast. Wombats have a pouch like a kangaroo. A wombat's poo is cube-shaped. That's a funny little fact for you to know about wombats. Okay, so if you were using your fantastic listening ears, you would have remembered quite a few of the facts about the animals. So what I'd like you to do now, as the next activity before the main one, is I've got 5 questions, okay? And all you have to do is to write down the correct answer in your book, or you can print the sheet and just tick it if you want. So there are 5 questions, but not all of these answers are correct, only one, or in this case, it says tick 2, so you have to read the question carefully. If it says tick 2, how many will you tick? Show me with your fingers. Well done, you will tick 2 of the circles. If it says tick 1, how many circles will you tick? Excellent, well done, you will only tick 1. Okay? So, read the question carefully. Which of these can be found in Australia? Tick 2. So, wombat, kangaroo, or polar bear. Number 2, how many hours per day can koalas sleep for? Tick 1. Number 3, what is a baby kangaroo called? Tick 1. Number 4, what type of animal is a dingo? Tick 1. And the last one, number 5, tick 2 animals that have a pouch. So you're ticking 2 here, or writing down 2 answers in your exercise books. Okay, well done. Shall we, year 1, have a look at the answers? And you can mark it and give yourself a score out of 5. Let's see how you did. So here are the answers. So wombats and kangaroos can be found in Australia, not polar bears. We know that polar bears do not belong in Australia. Number 2, how many hours per day can koalas sleep for? The answer is 22. That's most of the day. If there are 24 hours in a day, koalas can sleep for 22 of them, which only leaves them with how many hours left? 2. Well done. Number 3, what is a baby kangaroo called? It's a joey. Number 4, what type of animal is a dingo? Tick 1. A dingo is a dog. Number 5, tick 2 animals that have a pouch. So it's a koala and a wombat. If you got all 5 of those correct, I'm very impressed. Big thumbs up, well done to you. Okay, now we have a different kind of a fact file. This time it's about taking care of a dog. So it's giving people advice. Maybe someone's just bought a new puppy and they want to find out the important things about how to take care of a dog. So let's read it together. Dogs are great pets to have and they are lots of fun. So if you have a dog at home, you will know how fun they are to have at home. Okay, so dogs have ears, they've got paws, they've got a tail, and they've got fur. Baby dogs are called puppies. When they are born, they have lots of brothers and sisters. Dogs need to run a lot to stay healthy. They need to go for daily walks and play every day. Make sure your dog has a lead so you can keep them safe. And here on the right, we have a list of things that dogs need. So a food bowl, a water bowl, a lead, a bed, and a toy. So hopefully you were using your listening ears there as well. So now we can answer the question. So if you're in my phonics group or Mrs. Meta's phonics group, you're going to be answering the questions here, 1 to 5, in full sentences. Okay, so for example, number 1, name 2 things that a dog will need. I'm not just going to write what they need. Okay, you'll need to answer it in a full sentence. So for example, 2 things that a dog will need are, or a dog will need something and something else. Okay, you're not just giving the answer, you're writing it in a full sentence, capital letters. I want to see nice spelling using your phonics mat, full stops, lovely handwriting, and finger spaces. I haven't written it here, but as a challenge, if you're in my group or Mrs. Meta's phonics group, if you've done all of this, your challenge is to make up 2 of your own questions for somebody else to answer about the text. So you can read this text again and think of 2 more questions that you can make up for somebody else and write it nicely. Okay, if you're in Miss Morgan's phonics group, you'll be answering the same questions, but I've given you a little bit of help, okay? I've done sentence starters for you. You're going to fill in the missing gap. So for example, I've written dogs need a something and a something. So you need to write what dogs need and fill in the gaps. Lastly, if you're in Mrs. Coker or Miss Thurlow's phonics group, you're going to be answering some of the same questions, okay? And I've given you some of the answers. So dogs need a and a. So you'll need to look over here. There might be more than one answer. You need to choose 2 of them, just 2, because there are 4 boxes and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 answers. So not all of the answers will be chosen. Okay, a baby dog is called a. So you'll need to find the answer here and you can write it or you could even draw it here. Number 3, daily means. So again, find the answer and you can write it there. Okay, that's it for today, Year 1. Again, here's the Year 1 email address. Please don't forget to send in all your hard work. We would love to see it. Enjoy. Any questions, please email me. Bye.